Working on yourself is the foundation for creating and maintaining healthy relationships, as personal growth, self-knowledge, and emotional maturity form the basis for a harmonious partnership. Healthy relationships require awareness, self-sufficiency, and a willingness to work on yourself both individually and as a couple. Realizing your responsibility in a relationship. One of the first reasons why working on yourself is important is to realize your responsibility for the relationship. Often people tend to blame their partner for problems, not noticing that many conflicts come from their own unresolved internal issues. For example, fears, complexes, negative attitudes can manifest themselves as jealousy, irritation, or mistrust. Understanding your internal problems and working on them helps prevent destructive behavior in relationships. Example, if you are prone to excessive jealousy, this may be due to your personal fears and lack of self-confidence. Working on your self-esteem, working through childhood traumas, or negative experiences from past relationships will help you cope with jealousy, which will have a positive effect on your current relationship. Emotional maturity as the basis for healthy relationships. Emotional maturity plays a key role in forming healthy relationships. It is the ability to recognize your emotions, manage them, and respond to conflicts consciously rather than impulsively. People who work on themselves learn to understand their feelings and separate them from their reactions, which allows them to build more mature and harmonious relationships. Developing emotional maturity includes the ability to constructively express your emotions without suppressing them, the ability to listen to your partner without defending yourself or going into attack mode, the ability to discuss difficult issues without avoidance or aggression, realizing that your partner is not obliged to satisfy all your emotional needs, strengthening self-esteem and personal self-worth. Healthy relationships are only possible between two emotionally mature and self-confident people. When a person knows their value and understands that their self-esteem does not depend on their partner, they are less likely to have dependent relationships. Working on yourself in this context involves developing personal boundaries, being aware of your needs, and being able to protect them. How to strengthen self-esteem. Self-acceptance. Recognizing your strengths and weaknesses and being able to be yourself without the desire to idealize. Assessing your achievements. Maintaining awareness of your successes and progress rather than focusing only on failures. Personal boundaries. A clear understanding of your boundaries and the ability to defend them without guilt. Understanding and being aware of your needs and desires. Working on yourself allows you to better understand your inner desires and needs. This is especially important for building healthy relationships, since ignorance of your own needs can lead to disappointment and emotional burnout. Being aware of your goals, aspirations, and expectations helps you build the right relationships, where you can honestly and openly discuss what you need to be happy. Example, a person who understands that emotional support is important to him will be able to clearly communicate this to his partner, rather than waiting for the partner to guess his needs. Yes, his needs. This reduces the likelihood of disappointments and misunderstandings. Skills for dealing with conflicts. Conflicts are inevitable in any relationship, but how we resolve them largely depends on our level of personal development. Working on yourself helps develop skills for constructive conflict resolution without resorting to resentment, manipulation, or threats. This requires awareness and emotional control. Skills for effective conflict resolution. Open communication. The ability to discuss problems without blaming, but trying to understand the partner's point of view. Self-control. The ability to manage your reactions, especially in moments of anger or stress. Willingness to compromise. Understanding that healthy relationships require flexibility, and finding mutually acceptable solutions. Overcoming the fear of loneliness. Working on yourself helps to get rid of the fear of loneliness, which is often the cause of unhealthy dependent relationships. When a person begins to value their time alone, they become less dependent on another person for a sense of security and happiness. This creates a healthier attitude toward partnership based on freedom rather than need. Practices for overcoming the fear of loneliness. Developing personal interests and hobbies that bring joy, regardless of the partner. Strengthening social support outside the relationship, so as not to rely on the partner as the only source of emotional stability. Recognizing your own self-worth and developing a sense of satisfaction with life in general. Developing conscious love skills. Working on yourself allows you to develop the ability to consciously love, which does not depend on expectations or demands on the partner. Conscious love involves accepting the other person as they are without trying to change them. This also means respecting their boundaries and needs, which is important for a harmonious and healthy relationship. Conscious love includes respect for the individuality of your partner, supporting their personal growth and development, the ability to let go of expectations and allow your partner to be themselves. Formation of healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries are another important component of a healthy relationship. When a person clearly understands their boundaries and respects their partner's boundaries, this helps to avoid emotional dependence and conflicts based on misunderstandings. Working on yourself includes the understanding that everyone has the right to personal space and freedom of choice. Examples of healthy boundaries: the ability to say no without feeling guilty, the ability to express your needs and expectations in a relationship, recognizing that your partner also has the right to their desires and interests. Self-development as a key to long-term harmony. Working on yourself does not end when a person enters into a relationship. It is an ongoing process that promotes personal growth and strengthens relationship. When both partners are engaged in self-development, the relationship becomes more harmonious and sustainable, as each person strives to improve themselves and their contribution to the relationship. How it manifests itself: continuously learning new skills and self-knowledge, using new approaches to communication and conflict resolution, developing tolerance, empathy, and understanding. Conclusion: working on yourself is an integral part of creating and maintaining healthy relationships. Personal growth, emotional maturity, and self-knowledge help build relationships based on respect, trust, and mutual support. Trust, and when each partner strives to become the best version of themselves, this creates a solid foundation for a harmonious and happy union.